It's 13 zeros. And my friends here at Faction said, 13s, we need you to make a video. We gotta put something out there for the world. What does the world need from you? And I gotta tell you, I went about scratching my head. I just don't know what I could do. But you know what? Since I am the resident sort of spirituality guru and hippie of our team, I thought I would share some information with everybody that could really just help you improve your life. And this is great for my friends in the Twitch community, and this is going to be wonderful for anybody here in the YouTube space that finds this video. If you found your way here, I hope that you find this video helpful. If you do, go ahead, subscribe to Faction right here on YouTube. You'll see me around more. But also, come on over to my Twitch channel and just come and hang out with me sometime over there. I play video games, and I love to talk philosophical with my friends. And so every now and then you get that, as well as the usual fun and debauchery that goes on in the sewer. That's what I call my little community over there in Twitch. So today I want to talk to you about the moon. And it's something that's important to me. It's something that I use in my life as a way to guide myself and to keep myself focused on goals and intentions. And with the new year coming up, a lot of people like to make resolutions. And, you know, my advice is don't worry about going hard on yourself at one time of the year for a new resolution and a way to change and improve your life, because there's something up in the sky that can help you do that every single month. And now I'm going to show you how, in the only way that I know how, with a PowerPoint presentation. So let's talk about the moon. Here we go. All right. I'm going to talk to you today about paying attention to the moon. Why? Well, hey, whether or not you're somebody that believes in the magic of the moon and other planetary bodies, that's, you know, astrology. If you're into astrology, wonderful. And if you're not, okay. The moon still serves as a really good sort of pace car for your life. The moon's already a big part of how we keep track of our time. Each calendar month is about 30 days, and a full lunar cycle is 29.53 days. That's science, baby. So whenever we talk about a month, that really is like a month. That's my little joke. You can put that in your pocket and carry it around with you. So I want to show you how to use the moon to guide you through every month. Okay? So I'm going to add in some optional astrology components for you as well. We're going to talk about setting intentions, and intentions are a little bit different than goals or resolutions. An intention means it's something that you are committed to doing, like you want it for yourself, and so you focus on that because you are full of amazing energy. It flows through you when you allow it. Okay, so what are you going to do with that energy? You got to focus it somewhere, and you got to think about what you're going to do to help change the world around you, to make it something that you want for yourself or maybe for others. You are a paintbrush to create in your own world. Intention is a seed that grows into your future. So what do you want to attract? Think about that. What do you want to bring into your life? You get to choose that, and you can choose it every month. I put up on the screen here a wonderful book. I think everybody should read it. It's by a guy named Dr. Wayne Dyer. It's called The Power of Intention. It will unpack a lot more of this for you, so it's an advanced reading. We'll put some information for you there in the description. All right, let's look at these phases and cycles. The moon kind of goes through phases, okay? And each little phase, each cycle is an opportunity for big growth in your life, to start something new. So you start with an intention, and then you check in on it throughout the month. You just look up at the sky, remind yourself. You can get an app if you like. I use an app to just kind of check during the day when I can't see my friend up in the sky. I can know what phase the moon is currently in. So remember that we will make mistakes. We will struggle. Just because you set an intention doesn't mean it's going to happen automatically for you, okay? You got to put in work. You really do. It's not, nothing in life comes easy. Nothing in life comes without a little bit of work. And everybody is impacted by different sort of factors. It could be from the community where you grew up, the family culture, your immediate culture. There's so many factors around you that can influence your life. Not to mention your astrology is unique to you as well. I want to talk to you now about this gardening analogy. Somebody once kind of broke it down to me like this, is that we plant the seed of an intention, and you don't just put a seed in the ground and walk away from it and hope that something cool happens, right? No. What you do is you plant the seed and you take care of it. You let it sprout, you let it grow, you let it bloom, you maybe harvest fruit from it. So life's a garden, baby. You gotta dig it. When we talk about the new moon, that's the beginning of this whole cycle, all right? That's where we plant our seeds. You put a little seed of intention into the ground. So you think about things like, what am I going to change in my life? Where do I need to focus my energy? What am I trying to create for myself? What do I want to attract to myself? What sort of journey am I going to begin? Okay. What does my astrology suggest? For example, like Libra is like kind of like love. Taurus is about your career, staying grounded. You can look into a lot more things. You can look in more deeply, and you can start attaching astrological components in the zodiac to these moon phases, and they kind of blend them together. The next phase of the moon is the waxing crescent. All right. And now this is when your little sprout starts to grow. All right. The little seed starts peeking up out of the dirt. It's green and it's beautiful. And it's got those two little starter leaves kind of coming out, looking for some sunlight. We want to take time in the waxing crescent to start thinking about like the details. Okay. We set our intention. We really focused on it. Maybe we wrote it down in our journal. And now, like, what are we actually going to do? What are our action steps? We got to sort this out. We can't just say we're going to do something or attract something and then do nothing about it. You got to find out the details. Waxing crescent is your time to do that. If you didn't already do it during the new moon, now is definitely your time to check in and make sure that you're starting new habits to make these changes happen for you. You might want to look for additional support. You might want to do more research. You might want to reach out for guidance. What is this little seed, this little seedling? What is it going to need to survive? What is it going to need to make it? Are the conditions, that the soil that you planted it in, is it just the soil is just kind of rotten and rough and this thing needs a little bit of extra love and attention? Well, now is your time to sort that out. Waxing crescent. By the time we get to the first quarter, your little seedling has started sending roots down into the ground. All right, you're starting to plant those actions, those habits, those new routines are starting to like really ground themselves in your life. And this is when you take those steps to like make sure that you really are focusing your energy and action towards your intentions. If you haven't been doing the other steps ahead of this, then your little seedling probably is struggling right now. So you want to make sure that you are taking care of the little baby as it's got its roots going down into the earth, okay? And your intentions, remember this quote, intentions are like magnet. The more we declare them, the more we focus on them, the more we believe in them and act in ways to manifest them, the more powerful and real they become. This phase is critical. We have to ensure that we are actually acting toward our intentions, that we are being an active participant in that which we are trying to create for our lives, that's what we're trying to bring to us, that which we're trying to do or change for ourselves. You gotta do some work. Like I said earlier, you don't just put a seed in the ground and walk away from it. This is where you need to take care of it. Maybe if it's having a hard time getting roots in that soil, you might want to pick it up and move it into more hospitable soil to grow in, okay? You might need to move yourself out of a situation that is just hard for you to get anything done, or you're surrounded by the temptations that draw your attention away from what you're supposed to be focusing on. You gotta move. You might want to cut some stuff out of your life, all right, to make sure that your plant is going to thrive. Now, when we get into the waxing gibbous, okay, we want to start dumping in lots of water, okay? You want to water that plant. Now, you've probably been watering it the whole time, okay? We got things started. We've started our action steps. We've put in some work. Good. Guess what? You're growing. You're growing and you're changing. And if you don't see those results, what do? You got to be patient. Wait for it. It's a process, it's a journey. Some new habits and some changes that you want to make in your life, you might need a whole year's worth of trying this out. You might need a couple of months, or you might be a natural and some things is just going to flow right for you, okay? The more you believe in it, the more you attract it, the easier it is. The more you resist it, the more you struggle against these changes, the more likely it is you're going to have to make another pass next month. But it's never too late in any part of this cycle to start paying attention to your intention. So before you can get some fruit, you need to water it. You need to take care of it. You need to get behind your intentions. You need to invest in them. Again, more of your energy needs to go towards making stuff happen for you. Now, by the time we get to the full moon, oh man, it's a time to celebrate. I love full moons. They're just so beautiful up in the sky. There's so much beautiful energy. You can do all kinds of fun rituals, get with some friends, put some water out overnight and make some moon water. You can look more into that later. Maybe I'll make another video about moon water and how to use it. But it's a really fun ritual. You want to observe the present moment. Just look at where you are and celebrate wherever you've come over those 2 weeks from the new moon to the full moon. I guarantee you've made some sort of growth. If you've been focusing on your intentions, if you've been putting action steps into place, guess what? You're doing something, all right? The blossoming is occurring. The blossoms are coming. You can tell that you've been taking care of your plant and things are going to start growing for you, okay? It's a time to celebrate what you have in your life. Don't think about what you're lacking. That's not what this is about. It's not about, like, oh, I wish this, I wish that, I wish I could do this. Look, you can only do one thing at a time. Just think about the one intention that you had and celebrate that you're putting work into it. If you've been putting work into it, celebrate, all right? Because you're a badass and you just put in some work and now you're making stuff happen in your life. Celebrate that, okay? And if you've not been putting in that work, this is a time for you to forgive yourself and start. If you want to see those blossoms bloom, it's not too late for you. You can start now. Remember, the work of improving oneself is never done. It's never done. It's a lifelong thing. You got to commit to a lifetime of improving your life for yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. No magic wand is going to get waved that's going to make it happen for you. You're the one in control, okay? You got to own that. Take it in. The more you own that, and remember that everything good in your life is because of you. Everything rotten in your life is because of you. Everything is because of you. You're creating it. The sooner you can accept that fact, the sooner you can start to grow. Now, when we get to the waning gibbous, all right, when we get to this moon phase, it's time to harvest. It's time for us to really start thinking like, all right, we've put in our work and this fruit's not going to collect itself. It's not going to get stored. It's not going to preserve itself. So we have to put in some work now. So this is doing more work towards your intentions to make sure that it sticks. Whatever this new habit is, whatever this thing is you're trying to create, stamp it. All right? Put it away. Take that energy. Put in some more work. The work's never done, y'all. The work is never done. You want to make sure that you are dialed in to receive whatever gifts and bounties that the universe has for you, okay? So you've been putting in the work. Sit back and collect. Be open to receive it. Don't be like, again, it's not about like waiting and being impatient and wondering where your gifts are or where your fruit is if you're not seeing it. You got to open yourself up to it. You got to see that you are receiving the gifts. You got to see it and you got to allow it in. It's a time for reduction and limitation. Have you been doing things excessively? Dial that in. Rein it in. We're not going to eat this whole crop, right? Whenever you've grown your plant, you're not going to eat it all at once. You're going to take time. You're going to save some for later. You're going to eat some now for your initial nourishment, and then you're going to move on. When we get to the last quarter, this is the decomposition phase. Life has cycles and phases, and everything that grows will someday wither, and that's a natural part of the cycle. So what we have to do now is we're looking back on what has changed in your life. What's good? Okay. What challenges still need to be overcome? Take stock of your harvest, and anything that you don't need. This is that sort of, what do we say? We separate the wheat from the chaff. Okay. Take out what's good and save it, and anything that you don't need, allow that to wither, allow it to fade away, allow it to go back into the earth. And this is when we really start thinking about planning for what's coming up. We need to make a plan for the next new moon, maybe thinking ahead a little bit about what our next intentions are going to be that we want to set, thinking about what changes we want, what things we want to see in our life. And then you're kind of like, you're kind of supercharging your garden. You're supercharging your garden soil with this sort of decomposition. Okay, you want that stuff to go back into the earth. Make some adjustments at this point. Now, when we get to the waning crescent, enjoy the fruit of your effort. Remember, you're going to compost at this point. So like the picture says, we're composting, and we want to make sure that we're letting maybe like any sort of like leftover fruits or whatever to kind of like go back into the earth. Put some of your good energy back into your personal garden, into your soil, so that when you start planting seeds, they don't struggle to grow. That you are teaching yourself how to be open to receive. You are teaching yourself how to train and put new habits in, new ways of thinking. All right, that's what you're going to bring into your life at this point. So you're getting ready for your next set of intentions. All right, become very minimal, be conservative. Yes, you want to eat a little bit of that crop, but you want to save some of your energy for what's ahead. You got more work to do, baby. You're not done yet. You got more work. So this is whenever you're going to show yourself some love and appreciation. Give yourself a pat on the back. Don't beat yourself up. This is not the time to say, ah, man, I failed. I messed up. I didn't get my intentions. I give up. I'm never going to do it. No. Now's your time to show yourself love and say, you know what? You're going to do better next go around. We're going to put some love and appreciation for ourselves into the soil so that our future seeds can grow more easily. We might even be able to put more than one seed down in the ground at a time, because we're getting to be good gardeners for our lives. Now, you're going to come back to the new moon after that. We're going to start it again, okay? So yeah, usually you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Don't give yourself a whole laundry list of things. Don't overwhelm yourself with intentions. Pick one if you're new at this. Start with one, okay? And once you get one plant growing, it's going to start this whole cycle, all right? You're going to become a gardener. Now, our next new moon is in Capricorn. It will be on January 12th, 2021. Of course, if you're watching this video after January 12th, you're going to have to do a little Googling, all right? You're going to have to figure it out. Again, like I said, find a moon app or something, some way you can track the moon phases. Outside of looking up at the sky. Like a lot of times I just look at it. I look at the moon. That's how I can tell what phase it's in. But I also do use an app. So feel free to do both. Now, when we have a new moon in Capricorn, here are some really good ways to sort of think about what intentions you can set, because this is where we pop in the astrology element, okay? So you think about what sign is the moon going to be in, and what activities are wise to do with that energy of that sign. So while the moon is possessing that energy, you want to pop in a little flavor from that sign. Now, you actually want to do that with all of the phases, but don't overwhelm yourself with learning astrology at the same time you're trying to learn new habits. Hey, maybe your intention is to learn more about astrology, and that's not a bad one. You can restructure your routines, okay? What are you doing to start your days? What are you doing to end your days? What are you doing in the middle of your day? Like, what are your routines? What are your rituals? Especially think about your time management, okay? Maybe you want your intention to be something to do with how to better manage your time. and you want to raise awareness of where you're sending all of your energy. Are you spending a lot of time and putting a lot of energy into things that are not bringing anything good back to your life? We're going to focus on that. Give yourself a good reality check. Seriously, stare yourself down with this new moon energy in January. Stare yourself down and don't be too hard on yourself. Treat yourself with compassion, but be real with yourself. All right? Take a good look within and figure out who you really are, what you're all about, and what you're going to do moving forward. You can make a business plan. It's a good time for that. If you're thinking about starting a new business, this would be a good time to plant that little seed. And anything that has like a low yield, long-term investment, it would be a good time for that as well. So that is the end of my presentation. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Remember that self-care is not being selfish at all. Like focusing on yourself and not focusing on others as much, it's good. You want to take time and energy to focus on yourself. It's not selfish because you are less able to help the world around you if you've not taken care of yourself first. So you got to take care of yourself before you take care of others. You, my friend, are a limited resource and you have limited energy. You can't just be sending that out to everybody all the time. You need to send it for yourself. You need to recharge so that you can share your energy with the world around you. Like I tell myself, I take care of myself so that I can take care of the world around me. It's a good way to be. You can't change everything all at once, but over a long enough time span, you can change a lot of things. You will change a lot about yourself if you use these lunar cycles over and over and over again. And before you know it, years will go by and you'll be in a much better position. All right. So with that being said, I would like to close this out by telling you, what was it I was going to tell you? Oh, yeah. You're worth it. You're worth the work. You're worth everything. You're a beautiful and rare creature. And you know what? I think you're going to make it. I think you're going to do just great in this whole process. I would love to see in comments what sort of things you're going to set your intentions for. All right. Follow us. Follow Faction. So hit that subscribe button if you like this. And if you're interested in knowing more about me and getting to know me, I'm on Twitch. Come through, say hi. Let me know that you found me on YouTube. Oh man, oh man, my mind will be blown. I'll be so happy to see you. So come on by, everybody. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy the new year. I look forward to hearing about your successes or even your challenges. So stay in touch. All right. Have a great day.
What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching this content by Faction. If you liked what you saw, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share it with everybody that's important to you. But lastly, do not forget, everybody deserves to be honored. Thanks for watching.